Matt, I have a simple question for the country.
All right.
Can you handle the truth?
Ooh. I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Can you handle the truth? Here's Dave Ross.
Truth of the matter is, right now, I know we're talking about March Madness. You can get really good values when it comes to the futures market in the NFL. And I know they're a public team. They're not my team. They're not your team. They're America's team. That would be the Dallas Cowboys. And I sat here last year on this very set at this time and told you, America, the value play then was the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East at over $3. Yeah, the Eagles were over a $3 betting underdog to win the East. The Cowboys, of course, were coming off the division title the previous year. Just for reference, there has not been a repeat champion in the NFC East in 20 years. I say again, there has not been a repeat champion in the NFC East since 2003. I thought there was good value last year in the Eagles, and there is not good value in the Eagles this year. They are the betting favorite at just over $1, plus $1.10 right now for the Eagles to win the East, okay? That's not good value. Why? Their two best defenders gone. Hargraves, San Francisco. Darius, big play Slay, he gone. They lost their DC and their OC. Coaching matters in this league. And now, I played the Cowboys when it was at plus $1.90, come back a little bit, plus $1.85. On paper, they just added Stephon Gilmore. They have, in my estimation, the best defensive player in football in the young lion out of Penn State, Micah Parsons. I know you're going to say, well, what about the quarterback? What about Dak Prescott? He got injured, America. He was hurt last year. So I'm not going to make an excuse for why he led the league in picks when he came back, but that's an anomaly. That's not who Dakota Prescott has been for the majority of his career. He's been pretty good with the football until last year. And they still were nipping at the heels of the Eagles last year, even though Cooper Rush had to start 5 games a year ago. Tony Pollard is back. They're done with Ezekiel Elliott. Big contract, gone. I like the Gilmore signing to go opposite Diggs as elite corners, at least one elite corner. We'll see what Diggs still has. The offense is going to be better. I mentioned it off the top of the show. Michael Gallup, a full year removed from that ACL, he'll be much more like the rookie Michael Gallup that we saw as the number 2. Because they go, oh, you need a number 2 receiver behind CeeDee Lamb. They're okay. They're going to be just fine. The offensive line is still really good. And last year, Smith, first rounder out of Tulsa, how'd he look? Damn good. The Joneses have been drafting properly. This is why the Cowboys are in position each and every year to win double digits. That's all they do, Matt Brown. So to me, you give me the Cowboys. By the way, to win the Super Bowl, they're 18-1. You know who else is 18-1 to win the Super Bowl? Detroit Lions. That is crazy talk.
Lions are better. Lions are better than the Cowboys. That's why. And they will be before the end of the season.
The Lions will be better than the Cowboys.
Yes, they will. Listen, the odds are correct. It should still be the Eagles, and it should probably be a little bit longer on the Cowboys as it is anyway. You mentioned that they lost a couple of defensive players for the Eagles. They did. They also have 2 first-round picks, including the number 10 overall pick, in which they are going to be able to go in and take an absolute stud because we know 4 of the top 10 picks already taken are going to be quarterbacks. We already know that's already accounted for. So
they're going to draft defense.
So they're going to draft a defensive guy at 10, probably at 31 as well. Or I guess it would be 30. There's only 31 picks this year in the first round. Miami got theirs taken away. It's going to be tough. I'm going to say that about 1,000,000 times between now and the draft, right? Like, because there's, typically 32 picks. But it is a team that, yes, I understand what you're saying about the offensive coordinator. I understand what you're saying about the defensive coordinator. But there's if you just look talent for talent, quarterback, advantage Eagles. Wide receivers, advantage Eagles. Defensive side of the ball. Now, what they picked up on the Cowboys side, I think you could probably almost say at this point is a push neutral. Probably neutral.
I thought the Cowboys defense was even better than the Eagles last year, and I think the Eagles have gotten worse on paper defensively, and the Cowboys have gotten slightly better. Look, Dan Quinn not leaving 2 years in a row is, as a Cowboy backer here, plus $1.85 today, is the reason why I truly have more than hope that they'll now flip the upset the apple cart and win the division again. And again, this thing seems to flip. Could the Commanders, Giants they're long shots. Giants are 5-1. Commanders 9-1. Sam Howell, you're really going to back it on Sam Howell?
Well, I mean, I guess this is the time we can go ahead and say they did sign Jacoby Brissett. So the Commanders did sign Jacoby Brissett, which also leads me to believe that they're not completely sold on Sam Howell either at this point, but there was nothing left. Like they have to get a guy that they can at least throw back there to start if they have to. If the Sam Howell thing goes just completely off the rails, they got to at least put a guy out there that has some because look, the Commanders, if you look at the talent they are not as talented as the Eagles, they're not as talented as the Cowboys, but they're not. It's not a team that has nothing, right?
No, defensively.
It's not bare by any stretch of the imagination. And so they can't just have Sam Howell run out there and lose, 15 games or something.
No, again, history says that you're not going to have a repeat champion. The Eagles are the betting favorite. I just don't think that's the smart money play. The Giants are intriguing at 5-1. Okay. I know people are going to say, well, Danny Dimes is still the quarterback. That's the same knock now on the Cowboys. They still have Dakota Prescott at quarterback. I really love the Darren Waller pickup. Now, again, this is going to be if he's healthy, and we don't know because he really didn't give up a whole lot, third-round pick to make that trade. But it feels like that's the right type move in a Brian Daboll offense to give Daniel Jones an easy route tree, right? And we'll find out what the rest of the offense looks like with who they're going to be able to keep and whatnot. The defense is better. I think Thibodeau has the chance to be a dynamic playmaker on the defensive side of the ball. 5 for the G-men. So at 5-1, if you made me play something else in the division, I'm not backing the Eagles. I am backing the Cowboys. But if you made me back another team with the coaching, I would trust Brian Daboll at 5-1.
Yeah, I think that would be the bet to make in this division if you were looking to hold on to something, which again, it's not going to cash until almost a year from now. So it seems to me if you're coming in right now, the Giants would be the play at 5-1 because again, if they come out and look like world beaters through 3 games or something like that, that 5-1 is going to be gone, and so that would be. I don't know if you're going to get that much worse of a price on the Eagles or the Cowboys throughout the course of first half of the season. Anyway, I imagine there's going to be kind of a mixed bag between both of those teams with everything. I do wonder what the Giants are going to do to address just the wide receiver position in general because. That is where you are really looking. If you want to point at one thing, right? If you want to point at one thing. They got some guys. They are always hurt. If they can play a whole season, sure, Daniel Jones will have some guys there.
The Galladay era has come to a close.
He's gone out of there. I mean, will there be
coming for him?
Will there be a guy at 25 when they pick that they feel can step in and truly be a real number one for them? Because that's what they lack. They just don't have a true number one. And will that guy even be there at 25 when they have to pick? So there's a lot of miniature question marks, I think, that go along with the Giants, where there's fewer, certainly, with the Eagles and Cowboys.
I just say at 18-1 to win the Super Bowl, and you go, well, the Cowboys haven't done it since 95. That's as good a number as you're going to get, because I look at the landscape of the NFC, and all I'm hoping for is Cowboys get a step further than they did last year. You get me to that NFC title game, which they were half away until Tony Pollard broke his leg. In a game they were knotted up and they didn't have a kicker that could make a kick.
It seems like you want to take an NFC team no matter what when it comes to a Super Bowl standpoint because the AFC is going to be ridiculous.
Right. Who scares you in the NFC? Right now, Sam Darnold is in the quarterback room in San Francisco.
Right.
So
who by the way, is your second betting favorite right now at DraftKings Sportsbook. The Chiefs are 6-1 to win the Super Bowl. The 49ers are 7-1.
You give me 18-1 of the Cowboys?
7-1. That's insanity. Now,
absolutely
I know we're getting
insanity.
off on a tangent here, but 7-1 on the 49 is absolute insanity.
So that's why I think it's a playable number for the Cowboys right now. At 14-1 have been shorted here on DraftKings. I got them at 18-1. And the thought process for me, again, is just win the division, which I think they can do at almost 2-1. And then if they do that, you get those home games. You just got to win 2, baby. And all of a sudden, we got hedgeable spots.
The Jets, who do not currently have Aaron Rodgers on their roster
14-1
are the 6th shot for the Super Bowl. It's so, oh my God, it's hilarious. I mean, I get it. We think it's going to happen, but it's just like, dude, can you imagine holding a Jets 14-1 ticket and this deal falls through? And you're holding a Jets 14-1 ticket.
By the way, there's always a chance with Aaron Rodgers it falls through. There is always that chance. Yeah. So all I'm saying, America, is
he might go back in the closet and come back out and say, "I don't want to play anymore."
You know what? I'm done. With another
I don't need the 50.
Retreat.
I don't need the 58 million.
The odds right now on the Cowboys are as good as you're probably going to see them. So if you're a Cowboy backer like me, you might want to dive into that futures market, as I already have.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.